We brought him in and he was able to revamp our entire customer service processes and everything using the Save the Sales system philosophies, and basically helped us scale our business up to $36 million in a period of about 2 years. And we were generating 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 new sales a day, and we also had thousands of phone calls coming in a day that he was having to handle. And out of those, he was able to save, $50,000 a month in sales from people who wanted to refund and cancel our service and everything like that. So I know his system works just from firsthand experience, and that's why I was excited to have him on the call and see what he's doing with this system, because he's now offering this to other people that are looking for ways to kind of grow and scale their business. All right, it's DK here. I want to welcome you to this special podcast we have today. Today we have a special guest, Josh White, who's the creator and author of the Save the Sales system, which is designed to help you reduce your refunds, stop your chargebacks, and put more money and profits back into your pockets. So Josh, I invited him to come on this call today and just kind of tell us a little bit more about the Save the Sales system and how it works, and who it's great for and what it can do. So Josh, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the system and how you came about it?
Thanks, DK. I appreciate it. I've been in sales most of my life. I started when I was about 16, so back in the mid 90s. I was in sales forever. I was really, really good at it. Worked my way up the ladder of the company that I started with. I ended up being, the sales manager and the trainer, and then, I ended up moving out here to Florida where I'm at now. Got a piece of the company to move out here to run the whole thing, so I was part owner at that point. And again, my whole job was nothing but sales, right? Sales, sell, 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 sell. So finally my business partner approached me and, he said that I needed to move back into customer support. And I'm like, okay, no. At that point in my career, guys, I literally thought customer support is where salespeople go to die, okay? So I had no interest at all. So reluctantly I did go back, but he did make a really good point. We do spend so much time and effort. All of us do, all entrepreneurs, right? We're really good at one thing. We're really good at sales. We're really good at IT or marketing, the sexy side of the business, bringing the money in the front, all the revenue, that instant gratification feeling, right? So no one really goes into business saying, hey, I want to go get beat up all day into customer support. That's not really what you think of. But when I actually went back there, I realized that, we were just doing this wrong. It wasn't a matter of, these people are bad or they weren't doing their job right or anything else. We just didn't give them the tools to properly do their job correct. And the biggest thing that I learned at that point is anything that I did on the front end, because I created everything there so I could kind of see, it's like a mirror image coming back. So any action or change that I did in the front has an equal and opposite reaction back in customer support. You just kind of have to watch and look for the patterns. So I dug obviously into the customer service tapes and listened. And I was really good at finding patterns, and I could literally see all the different mistakes that we were making, whether it was on the front or it was in the back. So I made massive adjustments on the front and the back end, and it just made everything flow a lot smoother. But basically at that point, I realized I had to do the same thing in the back end that I did in the front end. We just reduplicate that same emotional experience. So really it was me being forced to go back into customer support that kind of opened my eyes on how a whole business should be ran from the front to the back. And it did kind of change my entire career path at that point. We ended up changing our sales department later on to one massive customer service department, and we ended up farming out our telemedicine product, which we were the first ones to do directly to consumer back in 2008 and 9. That's when we started that. So we were doing about 25 to 30,000 new members per month on a subscription-based model. So we had to have a massive customer support team to re-educate everybody that called in, because a lot of them never used the service before and they had no idea what telemedicine was back then. So it was definitely an eye-opening experience for me. The Save the Sales system is basically just a customer service system that is designed to be a completely opposite than what you would normally think of customer support. Most customer support companies, they're going to just be nothing but a cancellation department. And we don't look at it like this. We've invented the Save the Sales system a completely backwards way. We reverse engineered our sales team and kind of put it into the customer service department and made it completely different than what you would normally expect. So the thing is that with ours, it'll work for pretty much any business. We've done this in multiple different verticals, whether it's a brick and mortar that you're shipping something out to customers, or you have a SaaS model where they're reoccurring billing every single month, or you're just shipping T-shirts around the entire planet. So we've done this exact same system in all of these verticals across the board. And basically what it is there's a 3-step process that we start with. And the first thing is we always start with re-education, right? We want to make sure that the customer and the company, or our rep, whoever's representing the company, is on the same exact page. Because most of the time what we find is when a customer calls in, they're not on the same page as what happened as far as how the sales process works. So either they're confused, they don't know what happened, they don't know why they're getting billed, maybe they forgot they even ordered it. All these problems happen, and you have to be able to get on the same page before you can move on with the customer. And unfortunately, what we find is a lot of companies where they just find the account and cancel it. Well, that customer doesn't feel like they're satisfied. They don't feel like they got heard. They maybe still feel like they got scammed or screwed over somehow, some way. So what happens is they'll either call their bank because they don't believe what just happened, thinking it's still a scam, creating a chargeback, which obviously affects your merchant accounts, or they take it to another level and they literally go and do BBB complaints or trust pilots or straight to the AG, whatever happens to be. But that's what happens in those escalated moments. So it's really important in the beginning that we get on that same page. So that's what we call more of a re-education. And at that point after that, we really kind of explain to them how the product works. We really educate them again a little bit further on what they actually bought. Right. So once we're on the same page, then we ask them questions on, did you get the product? Have you used it? It just depends on what it is, whether it's a supplement or it's a service. We want to make sure that they've either utilized it, they know how to take it properly. So we educate them further on how they're supposed to use the product. Right. And then at that point, we will go into a sales process. So it's really, really a soft sale because, again, we always know that merchant accounts are the number one priority. But when you get into that, it's a resell, and then we kind of drop the price and we negotiate a little bit to some point where they feel like they've won or they're comfortable and they still, want to keep the product. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that they're using it right, they understand, and again, we want to make sure that they feel like they've been heard.
So what exactly are we getting if we purchase this course from you today, or what exactly is it that you're offering?
Well, DK, you guys are lucky if you purchase right now. This is really our first run at doing something that I've really wanted to do my entire career. I'm basically going to give you guys absolutely everything that I've learned and everything that I've experienced over the last 25 years of business. So you guys are literally getting a steal when you get this. We're actually basically giving it away. We're only giving it away for $27, DK, which again, like I said, I think we're underpricing this, but you know what? It's our first go around. We'll see how the reaction is with everybody else out there. I personally think that you guys are getting thousands and thousands of dollars worth of material for basically pennies. So the truth is you're going to get a library of scripts that we've used in multiple different verticals. So they're going to be plug and play. Obviously a little bit adjustment for your particular business, but anybody that's wrote a script back in the day is you need to have something to start with, and it makes it really easy to customize it based on your business or your vertical. Well, we have multiple different verticals inside this library. So I'm sure there's gonna be tons of stuff that you'll be able to use. There's lots of stuff that can be used, from one vertical to the next because they're almost basically the same type of rebuttals. The system is almost the same. So when you go from script to script to script, you can literally see that there is a formula that we put in all of our scripts. So if they're trained properly and you know what to look for and you do the correct tweaking on the script for your vertical, it'd be very, very easy. All right, that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? After that, we did an entire book based on business, mainly customer support, but a lot also sales will be inside this book because again, we are very sales minded. And do keep in mind that I grew up in the high-risk merchant area. Okay, so what I've done is the hardest of the hard. Right, we have serious heat with some customers, and it's a very difficult area to stay in, because to keep your merchant accounts alive, and then still implement what we're doing. Right, because DK, there's a lot of people that have asked me, that I brought on clients, like, whoa, they get a little nervous and scared, like, you're going to try to save these people and resell them? No, charge back. So that's not the case. The truth is, again, they want to be heard. They want to feel like, again, that they've won at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter if they rebought from you, they continue to buy from you, or you're giving them a full refund. They need to feel like they've been heard. And this system allows them to do that, again, because we take the time in the beginning to really figure out what the real problem is. And then we, of course, will continue to soft sell them after that. But the way that we're doing it is that we care, right, DK? We actually want to make sure that they understand this is what you bought, right? This is how it works. Are you doing it right? We want to make sure that they understand that we do care, because there at some point you were interested enough to buy that product, right? Okay, so you want to at least make sure you get your money's worth, because you either had to spend it, you had to either mail something back, you had to fill something out. Your time and effort is worth money. Okay, so we want to make sure that you get that feel out of that. It's that emotional experience. So again, you're going to get all that stuff in that book, and that book is extensive, right? So there is tons of tips and tricks, and so many different things in there that you're going to be able to utilize. And then on top of that, we created a whole video training session. Okay, now this video training session is, I think, 14, 15 videos long. I mean, it's extensive, right? And it's not super long. You can break it into however what you want to do it, but these videos literally can train your trainers, your managers, entrepreneurs, owners out there. I encourage you to watch these things, because again, sometimes when you're on that 10,000 foot view and you're not in the trenches with your employees, you're going to forget some of the things that you did that were so important. Because again, DK, it's the little things that you do in business that make the big difference. It's not those big things, right? We all do the big things. We make sure of that. It's those 100 little tiny things that you do that make you successful at the end of the day. So, between those videos, and the book, again, we know people learn differently and everything else. Like, I mean, you gave me the book, I probably won't get too much out of it. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, that's how I learned. But the video will do wonders for you. So between the scripts, you get a whole library of that, you get the whole training video sessions, it's about 14 videos long, and then the book, which again covers everything we have in the video, but a little bit more extensive, has a lot more information there as well. All that for $27. I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if everybody buys it.
Yeah. So what if I go through this course and I just see, like, man, it's just not for me? What are my options? What's your refund policy? How does all that work?
Well, DK, if it's not for you, I mean, let me just be completely honest. I would actually like to talk to you and ask you, what are you looking for? Because again, we have a full team here, and we do take on third-party customer support. If it's not what you're looking for, we can figure out what you need, and maybe there's something that I can provide for you. And again, it's only $27. If you get a meeting with me for an hour, it's going to be more than $27. I guarantee that. But I mean, look, if you just want your money back, that's fine. I really don't care. You can get your money back. This is really all about helping everybody else out there. And if you don't feel like it helped you one single bit, I might want to hire you, to be completely honest with you. Because again, we are here to not only help other people create their own customer support kind of for your chains of your business, but I mean, we will take it on for you if you need it. I mean, again, that's another company that we actually do have, is we do customer support for third parties. So I mean, I bring in clients all the time that just don't have the time, to do the customer support for themselves, or they're a brick and mortar, they can't afford to expand, they have no more room. It's, you got to either go virtual or hire a third party. And we can do anything you need. So if it's something like that, I would like to talk to them and see if there's anything I can do to actually help. And if not, then yeah, it's $27. I'll give you the money back.
Well, I can vouch for Josh. One of the things that he was able to do for us is one of my businesses, we brought him in and he was able to revamp our entire customer service processes and everything using the Save the Sale system philosophies. and basically helped us scale our business up to $36 million in a period of about 2 years. And we were generating 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 new sales a day, and we also had thousands of phone calls coming in a day that he was having to handle. And out of those, he was able to save, $50,000 a month in sales from people who wanted to refund and cancel our service and everything like that. So I know his system works just from firsthand experience, and that's why I was excited to have him on the call and see what he's doing with this system, because he's now offering this to other people that are looking for ways to kind of grow and scale their business. And one of the things that allowed us to do in my business was that there's usually two parts of a business that when it becomes successful is, number one, there's the making the money side of the business, and then there's the other side, which is keeping the money side of the business. And so what Josh was able to do with the customer service is work on keeping the money from flowing out in the back end as the refunds, chargebacks, bad reviews, complaints, things like that. He was able to reduce that, stop a lot of those things, and turn them around where they're actually buying more. And then what I was able to do was focus on just working on how to get the money in, my marketing, the sales, all the things I know how to do for generating revenue and that type of thing. So it was a win-win situation for me to use this system and just having Josh do it, because that's what allowed us to really scale our business to 8 figures and beyond, which was really awesome. So Josh, anything else you want to say, or how do we get started in purchasing your course and getting access to this system?
Yeah, there should be a link right below that you should be able to just go ahead and click. That will go ahead and download it for you, so you have access to all the system. And again, like I said, you'll have access to the library of all the documents. You'll have the videos. You'll have the book. You'll have access to us as well. If you need to get a meeting with us about stuff, we believe we have multiple different options for more if you guys want more help. But again, like DK said, we are definitely here for not just this. If you guys would like us to take over your customer support, or just get a meeting with us, and we'll do a diagnostic on your, I'll do a deep dive into your company, see how everything's actually being ran, give you the suggestions, and we can go from there. But again, it's all about making everybody feel a little more independent. And I agree with what you said, DK. A lot about this stuff, again, it frees your time up. So whether you want to just have more time with your kids, or you want to spend more time with what you're good at, with DK, you're the one that had more time for marketing, so and that's the whole point. If I can free up more time with you and get more money coming in, then you can spend that money on stuff that you're good at. And if you spend it on advertising and marketing and everything else, then all I know is I'm going to get more sales coming in, which is going to increase the call volume. So it works for everybody to make more money. I mean, that's what it's really all about.
Right. So if someone wants to get started, all they have to do is click on the link below on this page. Correct. And they can instantly download the templates, the scripts, the checklist, all those things. They'll be able to get access to the book, which goes into all the details of how the whole system works and how to implement it, and then also the videos, which allows them to get access to how we put it together for one of the projects that we put on recently, and you'll be able to get a behind-the-scenes look of how it works to start from scratch and go through the system from A to Z. So with that, thanks, Josh. I appreciate having you on this call. We look forward to seeing what the system can do for a lot of the people. And if you guys want to take advantage of it, like Josh said, it's only $27 right now. Go ahead and fill out the information right here, and you'll be able to download and get access to the course instantly within a few minutes. So with that, thanks again for coming on, Josh, and
thanks, DK.
We'll see you again next time.
Appreciate it.